Standing here with Knoxville Nationals winner Donny Schatz. You mentioned earlier in the press conference that the car was not handling really good. There was a lot of adjustments you didn't agree with. How did you adapt to that as the race went on and able to get the win eventually?
Well, we started to go back there pretty quick on the top. I had to change my line. I had to do a lot of things just to kind of hang on until we got to that midpoint. And we even actually picked off a car to get to that point. So some of that was me just being on the wrong part of the racetrack for the way the race started. So it's just what you have to do. You have to adapt as a driver when things aren't right. You got to try to get everything you can get and not get yourself in a bad spot. We've come out of the B here before, back then I said if we can get to the top 5 by the end of the first run, we're gonna have a chance to win this race. And I think I was 6th or 7th when the yellow came out, so I thought, well, we're kind of in trouble. But that's what you do. The racetrack changed. A lot of guys didn't change with it. A lot of guys probably made adjustments and went the wrong way. My guys didn't. My guys did a phenomenal job. They did the right things. They knew I was frustrated, and sometimes that's their motivation. So I'm glad that they did the right things.
And speaking of yellows, I'm sure you've dealt with this many times in your career, but with all the start, stop, with all the cautions tonight, did that affect you at all during the race, or are you just kind of used to it at this point in your career?
The only thing the yellows really do anymore is it's hard to know where your tires are at. Sometimes the tires go down too far where you want them to. Sometimes, that's just the nature of the beast, so you got to try to keep air in your tires, because the bleeders let them down so fast, and then they cool down, they go further and sometimes it gets to be too much. So that's the only thing you really worry about, but that's a driver's job to keep air in the tires, keep them spun up. Sometimes it keeps you, gathered back up, and I don't know that the yellows hurt us, but they didn't help. They didn't help us, but they didn't hurt us tonight.
On that last restart, the number 2 of gravel got quite a bit of a jump on you. Was there any part of you that was saying, maybe I don't got this, or is it always just 100% go for it?
Well, the last restart had a lot to do with what was going on behind me. I knew that being on gravel's back bumper going into the first turn wasn't going to win the race, but if I made a mistake and someone behind me got bottled up, it was going to be bad for me trying to get back to second. So I gave a little bit of room there when David took off, and I couldn't take off without spinning the tires because he took off really early in 3 and 4. I mean, he was before the center of the corner, so that kind of caught me off guard because we were supposed to start in the vicinity of the cone in 4, the line in 4. So, that kind of caught me off guard. So it was just me not paying attention.
All right, my last question is a 2-parter. At this stage in your career, what does it still mean again to win this kind of a race?
It's incredible. I mean, this is the race everyone wants to win, and I've been fortunate to do it. This will be time number 11, and it never gets any easier. It means the world. Right now, it just doesn't even sink in till tomorrow how hard this is to do, how much it takes from a whole team effort, from a car standpoint, from everything. So I'm very blessed to have all those great people to help me.
Daddy!
Come on, Yep, I got him.
And does this one, so this win, you said you haven't had the best season so far, but how do you approach the rest of the season now?
Well, it's the same way we do every other time. We just got to get in and go. We take one race at a time. When we get to Jackson on Thursday, we're not going to dwell on being Knoxville Nationals champions today. We're going to go in there just like we do any other race, and we got to forget about what happened here and move forward. We got to get ourselves. It's a point total thing, just like Knoxville. We got to get qualified. We got to do an invert in the heat and get through our heats. You just have to put everything behind you, and that's what I've done. I've been out here a long time, so that's the one thing I've learned is good nights, bad nights, doesn't matter. When you wake up tomorrow morning, they're behind you.
All right, that's Knoxville winner Donny Schatz. Thank you, Donny.